Hi, my name is Chris Collins, and I am a World of Work facilitator at Cajon Valley.
Hello, my name is Alex Dwyer. I'm an ed specialist at Greenfield Middle School.
And I'm Tanya Long, and I'm an instructional coach at Greenfield Middle School.
Teachers Have Solutions. We're hoping to empower teachers through action research. By the end of our presentation, the audience will understand the process that was undertaken and the data that was gathered, understand the challenges and the pitfalls that arose while we were going through this action research process, and see possibilities for their own opportunities to complete action research on their own campuses. In order to undertake the action research process, we first identified the problem, devised a plan, and now we're looking to implement our plan through action. Later, we're going to collect and analyze our data, and then we're going to share out all of our reflections with our administrative team.
Our action research, we wanted to address student equity and student wellness in order to improve engagement. We noticed a problem on our campus, and that is that student engagement tends to wane during certain parts of the day, which causes behavior issues to arise. We also found out that some students are unable to eat our no-cost breakfast, which is before school, due to family scheduling issues. And our master schedule has our second lunch as late as 1 p.m. This is a very long time for our students to go without eating. We hypothesized that student engagement will increase when our students are provided with a snack and water at the time of day that they indicate they are most hungry. After identifying the problem and the possible solution, we devised a plan for implementation. First was to determine which classes and teachers we would implement our treatment. We also want to give an initial student survey to determine which time of day is the time they are most hungry, and conduct empathy interviews of teachers and students to find out how their nutrition is affecting their focus and their behavior throughout the day. We also plan to give daily student surveys in order to gather information on how the treatment is affecting our students and their engagement. During the action part, where we implement our plan, we plan to alternate control weeks and our treatment weeks over a 4-week period in order to compare. During the observation part, where we collect and analyze our data, we're going to give student and teacher surveys. We're going to make observations of student engagement within the classroom and conduct empathy interviews of students and teachers to see how the treatment is affecting their engagement and their focus. Finally, after collecting our data, we'll reflect on our findings and share with teachers at our site and to our site administrators in order to advocate for positive change.
Oh, hello. Here is our action research and how we hope our action research can help others. The reason that we're doing this study is not to determine whether or not snacks are helpful globally in everybody's school. Instead, what we're trying to do is promote the idea of action research at different sites and look at general trends within action research, hopefully to inspire other teachers to promote change at their school. The teacher, student, and survey results that we'll be sharing in our presentation will be hopefully presented in a way that's universal to teachers and people who want to enact change. We will have presenter journal entries, which will give more insight into the process itself, things that we found to be difficult, things that we found to work really well, to hopefully streamline the action research process for people who see our presentation. And ultimately, we want to promote a greater conversation about teacher empowerment in enacting positive change at their school. We're hoping that coming away from our presentation, teachers will see that they too can be agents for change at their school, and we can discuss with them how we enacted our change and how they can best go about seeking out the change that they want to see at their school. We have an appendix for you with some of the tools we'll be using throughout our study, and again, the idea of sharing these is to make this process as easy as possible for future teachers looking to make change at their sites. Here we have some surveys that we hope to use. You'll see an initial student snack survey. That's what we'll use to determine the period of the day where we'll focus this intervention. We see an initial survey for teachers, again, trying to get as much feedback from the people we'll be working with. We're also promoting change and advocacy with our own teachers, so we want to have as much feedback from them as possible. And then we'll have here a daily student survey that will help us see where the change we're hoping to enact in our hypothesis is going. Here are some examples of journal entries. Our hope through sharing our journal entries is that we will humanize the process of action research, showing how individuals felt about the process, sharing very honest feedback about the process. If there's problems that we come up with, we don't want to hide those problems. Instead, we want to share those problems with those seeing the presentation. Again, in the hopes that people will come away feeling empowered to become the people who enact change at their individual school sites. Here we have a data collection tool we hope to use during our action research. This tool, much like the surveys and the journals, is a conduit for discussing change. So we want to share tools. If the tool doesn't work, we want to be honest about that, so that others can either adopt this tool based on the needs that they see at their school, or know what not to adopt when they're looking for a tool to help action research at their own site.